Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Briscoe Diggs. Well, I met this young lady a little over a year ago at a Pose party. That's Pose, FX Pose. And we hit it off right away. She was fabulous that day, and she's still fabulous. She is a producer. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Angelica Robinson. Angelica, thank you so much for being here. Oh my goodness.
Briscoe, thank you for having me.
Oh, this is awesome. I know we've been waiting a while to get this under our belt, so I'm glad that you were able to do this today. You look great as usual.
Thank you.
So let's get down to it. I want to ask you, how are you doing through all this pandemic and the protests and such?
Okay, we're gonna start right away.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, so let's start with pandemic, right? The pandemic is real. And some folks are under the impersonation or under the idea that COVID is something that's made up by the government. But of course,
Mm-hmm.
global thing that's affecting the entire world. It's not just in America. So it's not just made up by our government. I want to be super clear on that one.
Right.
I personally had COVID in March and
Okay.
April. I was down from mid-March, from March 16th until April like 19th, or it was like right before my birthday. So that's the only reason.
Wow. Okay.
So I was down for about a month and it was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely horrible, and I do not wish that on anybody. I
Right.
am personally very, very I know that my physical body is strong. I work out every day. I'm extremely about what I can
Excuse
do
me.
with my body. I've been a vegetarian for almost 20 years. So I'm really careful about what I eat and my workout regimen. And my dog is eating a bone.
It's fine. I have pets too, so I understand.
Is from her. She's like major.
It's cute. No, it's fine.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
With COVID, it was definitely no joke at all, and I wanted to make sure that once I was able to actually get out of bed, get from my bed to the bathroom, which was a struggle for the first.
Oh, wow.
I'm not even kidding you. I literally had to crawl because I did not have enough energy, enough strength to stand up.
Oh, wow.
Being on those ventilators, not having enough like air to simply just move. I couldn't walk my dog for a month, and I
Wow.
those things. I couldn't anything that was normal, anything that just required a normal amount of energy would take everything out of you. And I'm the type of person, I don't like to take a lot of like major medications. After 12 days, I did go to the doctor. It was but it was also at the time where, because this is early March still, so mid-March, and so people who were in my age demographic, they weren't like seeing you for COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're not 65, then you're not a real risk. You don't have to worry about anything, blah, blah, blah. And unless if you were sick for 8 days, then you couldn't even get a COVID test. That was what was going on in early March. I don't know if you remember that, but
No, yeah, but well, I didn't know that part.
after day 10, I called the doctor's office and was like, yo, I've been sick with the flu. I've had a fever for a whole week.
Mm-hmm.
What is going? What do I do? What do I need to,
Right.
they did a virtual assessment. I was on FaceTime on a Zoom with a doctor for about 45 minutes, and then they sent me to a nurse, and then they sent me to a doctor for another hour, and then they diagnosed me over the Zoom, and then 3 days later I actually went into the office. They were like, they wanted to see whether I was going to either get better or what the deal was. I was still very, very ill at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until maybe 2 weeks after that I actually started to get energy back, started to be able to catch my breath, be able to move, be able to like walk for more than 2 minutes at a time. So wear your mask, wash your hands, all of those.
Right. Yes. I'm so glad. How are you feeling now?
Oh, I feel great. I mean, it's
Great. Oh my God. Thank God. Yes. Yeah. I lost.
fine. Thank God.
Thank God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost a friend early on,
Yeah.
and he lived in Hawaii, and he was one of the 9 people in Hawaii that passed. It was like only it was hard. I didn't know him very well, but I knew him a long time. And he would come to LA and visit. He was a producer and a photographer. He traveled all over the world doing that. And he came here, let's say, in January, and I couldn't see him. I was booked. I was working, and he said, "Don't worry about it. I'll see you when I come back." And he never, he came back. So I am so glad that you're okay. I am so glad that you're okay. I had no idea. So God bless. God bless. Shoot.
God is good.
Yeah.
God
So
is
now you can say you were a person that had this. So it's not fake. It's not. It's real.
fake. And for those that do believe that like the government is making this kind of thing up,
It's ridiculous.
Not real. And it's not fun to experience whether you are young or old. And I've had in March, I literally had I had a family member pass every single March, April, May, June, and July. I had a loved one pass from this disease. And so whether people think that it's going to affect them directly or not, it is affecting loved ones. It is affecting your friends' loved ones. It is affecting your other family members' loved ones. And so I think that as a community, as a whole, as a society, we really need to look out for one another. And I understand that there are plenty of people that could give a shit less, but we all have to be accountable for one another.
100%.
When we are fighting something like this.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. No, seriously, you're right. We are our brother and sisters keepers. We really are. And we should be there to support each other and make sure, that when somebody's in need, we're there for them. So we have to make sure that we're healthy so we can help people that are not able to. And yeah, because I'm telling you, when I was diagnosed with HIV, I think one of the main reasons why I'm still here is because I had a great support system and people were there for me. Even if I'm sure somebody might be talking behind my back, they didn't do it in front of my face. They were there. You know how family and friends can be. I don't care what you say when I'm not there. So it's okay. Y'all do what y'all want. But they were there for me and supported. So I can sit here and have this conversation with you because of that. So we need that. Yeah. And so let me ask you, let's get back to Angelica. Where are you from?
BLM, or do we want to come back to that? Because we can come.
Okay. No. I'm sorry. Yeah, we didn't even. You know me. You know what? That is a big sign to let y'all know that I do have ADHD. Okay. We didn't finish the first conversation. No. Let's go back to that. Let's talk about how you were feeling during the protests and the riots. I ain't want to call it riots. It's like, wait a minute now.
Y'all want to give a damn about some buildings burning, but you don't give a damn about black bodies being murdered every single day. Listen, I'm sorry, but burn the shit down. That is how I feel. I want to be really, really clear. That is how I feel. And all the performance allyship, the performance stuff that we're seeing, not people that are down for the cause for real. I'm talking about the major corporations that are like, oh yeah, Black Lives Matter. Oh yeah, BLM. Oh yeah, let's stand up for a BIPOC. They have to make up new acronyms because
I know.
Dare to say the word black. Like, no. And I have to say this because I've worked in the corporate world for the last for 15 years. I was at major studios, Universal Studios, NBC Universal for 6.5 years. I was at Sony Pictures for 3 years. I was at ITV Studios. I was at Lionsgate for a brief time. So I have been around in the studio system for quite a while, and other smaller production companies as well that do major network shows. So I've been around for a long time within the business, and one of the things. This is a true story, and you may have to edit this one out. But
no, we're not editing it. No, this is the free. This is the space you can talk. Yeah. So.
But no joke, this is a true story. When I was at Sony, I was working there. I was in a D&I, a diversity and inclusion program, the executive training program to kind of fast track folks that were on the executive track. You know, I'd been an executive assistant. I had been a coordinator, and was moving laterally from studio to studio to studio to studio, always making more money, but not really elevating, because I'm Black and I'm female, so there can be one or two, not two. There can only be one on a level. Within the C-suite. Look at any corporate structure C-suite. Even right now, with all the shit that's going on, right now, you still only got like one or two in the C-suite. So in the corporate structure. And so anyway, I was one of the chair people for the Black employee group at Sony. At the time, every single major studio, just so you know, every single major studio has a Black employee group. Universal, Paramount, Sony, Disney, all of the major studios, they all have a Black employee group. They all have affinity groups. They have the Black group, they have the Latino group, they have the Asian group, they have the LGBT group, they have the veterans group, they have all the different types of affinity groups. I was a member of several of them, but I was on the board of the Black employee group. And when Philandro Castile got murdered, and forgive me if I'm saying his name wrong, back in 2000. Philando?
I think Philando Castillo. I think it was.
Right, Philando Castile.
Yeah. It was like, we got it right.
When he got murdered, it didn't just rock me to my core. It rocked the 96% of the Black employee base at the entire studio. Now, the studio is able to know just how many Black employees they have, because literally 95% of all the Black employees were members of this Black employee group. And, and 100% of the members of the Black employee group, 100% of those members would tell the board how they felt unsafe traveling to and from work.
Wow.
Just so that when they're just getting up and going in the morning, they felt unsafe just traveling to work, that they felt they were having difficulty concentrating, they were having difficulty with their own mental health, because every time they would take a break, maybe they grab their phone, scroll through their social media, now you see another Black body being murdered by the hands of police, somebody who's trying to protect and serve. But of course, we all know, as Black people, we all know they weren't designed to protect and serve the people.
No.
They were designed to protect and serve white property owners, right? So there's that part. I have to take the phone from my dog because the bite is just...
No, it's okay.
Oh, it'll keep her busy. It'll keep her busy. But actually...
It's driving you crazy?
She's actually... I'm surprised she hasn't tried to say hi yet. But anyway.
Oh, cute. Oh, I love it.
Anyway. So, let me back in. I lost my train of thought. But
how they didn't feel safe. Yeah.
Yes, and they didn't feel safe. They were having difficulty concentrating. They were also it would hit the mental health of the Black employee base. And the issue with that is that now people aren't able to focus 100% on all the amazing work that they are producing for this company, right? And the company could in turn at that point, oh, here you go, got on the table, could in turn at that point lose money. It affects their bottom dollar when their employees are not performing at 100% capacity. And so, but how could you, when you see somebody that looks like your cousin or your brother or your auntie or your uncle or your sister or yourself, how could you focus on your on work, because all of that other stuff seems so minuscule, seems so unimportant when you're literally looking at
Exactly.
what looks like you that literally was minding their own damn business and is now dead. So like, how do you do that? So our as the board, we took that to not just the head, and now I got a notation saying my internet's unstable. Can you hear me? Did you freeze?
Yeah, for some reason, all of a sudden but it was a, here we go. Let me see.
Am I there now? Am I back?
Yeah, I think so. Let me see. There's a little bit.
Uh-oh. Am I good now?
Okay. Yeah, I think I hear you now. Yeah.
Great.
Let me see. A little bit. Oh, you froze. Here we go.
I'm good?
Yeah, it keeps stopping and starting, but it's okay. We'll get it.
Hopefully this is heard. Hopefully this is heard. And that's
Okay.
I'm trying to stop the story right now. But
Right.
one of the things that we did as the board of the Black employee group at Sony was that we took these concerns of the employee base, and this is 100% of the members. I want to be super clear about that. And there were 95% of the entire Black employees were members of this group. Okay, 100% of our members said, this is how we feel. We took those concerns not only to the head of D&I, of diversity and inclusion. Not only did we take it to the head of diversity and inclusion, we took it to the head of people and organization. So they have diversity at Sony, the way that their corporate structure is set up. They've got diversity and inclusion, but that is a subsidiary of people and organization. So people organization, that's like the head of HR, that's like the top tier of HR. Underneath that, they've got diversity and inclusion. And then underneath that, they've got all kinds of other programs, initiatives, all that other stuff, right? So not only did we take it to the head of diversity and inclusion, we also then took it to the head of people and organization. And when I tell you that man literally, this is not an exaggeration, literally laughed when we said, this is how the Black employee base is feeling. He's like, oh, that's just absurd, and brushed it off as if it didn't matter. Like, I knew that like America as a whole didn't give a shit about Black people. Like I knew that, not to quote Kanye, but it's true. Like I knew that, but it hit me a different way, an entirely different way, when the place that I have been working for the last 2.5 years have been giving 125%, because you don't get paid to be on the board of an affinity group. This is it's extra work without any extra pay, to be clear. That's extracurricular, and you have responsibilities that you have to do that you are not being paid for, okay? So I was 110% to this company, and they laughed when I said, the Black people feel unsafe coming to work. Oh, well, that's is it absurd that we are actually reliving trauma? That we are having PTSD? There's actual real effects of PTSD. There's actual triggers when we actually see another body being murdered. It wasn't the first. Khalil was not the first one. Right. Had trauma after Sandra, because Sandra Bland was 2015. And right. And literally a month after Sandra had gotten murdered, because she was murdered, a month after she got murdered, I got stopped by the police. And now, mind you, I'm a brown woman. I have a giant fro, you know, and at the time I have a big fro or I have dreadlocks. It's either one of the two. I'm walking around with a natural style either way. And right. Big old fro. I drive a Mercedes Benz, and I absolutely got and it happens. It happens.
It happens. Yeah.
I got pulled over for the exact same thing that they said Sandra Bland got pulled over for. Oh my God. Failing to signal. Now, we all know that Sandra signaled. I know for a fact I did too. I know for a fact that I did too. They want to pull you over because they want to pull you over. It's all right. When I tell you, I thought I was going to lose my life in that moment, because it was a month after that happened. And I literally, and I was on my way to Sony, and I thought I was going to die that day.
Yeah.
I absolutely, I I did survive. Obviously, I'm here.
Right.
But when I say the heart palpitations and the actual panic attack that was actually happening in that moment while I am behind the
Oh
wheel of
my God, Angelica.
once he had given me my ticket and left, I had to still sit there and breathe because my panic attack would not allow me to simply to move.
Right. Oh my God. See, and this is what you're telling your job, and then you have a perfect example of it, and they still probably don't even care. They still don't care.
This was a year earlier, so because Khalil got murdered
Okay.
in 2016, so this is a year earlier, and I'm at
Okay.
so I had this interaction happen with me. I survived. I went to work,
Okay.
and I was a little late to work that day, but whatever.
Right.
Whatever. And if they said anything to me, I'd have been like, "Excuse me, say something. I'm gonna stab somebody. Don't fucking."
Mm-hmm.
And you can play it off when you get to work. Oh, I haven't had my coffee yet. Don't talk to me yet. I haven't had. See, because white people understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand.
Right.
Oh, I had a panic attack because I was pulled over by the police because I thought I was gonna fucking die. Like they don't understand
Mm-hmm.
that part of it. But
Right.
that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, I get that when I'm just going to the store.
Yes.
And I said that a cop will be on the street, and I'm like, and I'm not doing anything but going to the store. But I swear, I just feel like I'm gonna just, break out in a sweat, pee on myself. I don't even know. Seriously, it's like, what the hell, And I'm from Harlem. I don't keep my mouth shut, so I'm like, get myself in some trouble, But yeah, it's people don't realize that we go through these kind of things every day, every single day, and they can't relate. They just don't understand, and
Every day.
I'm tired of screaming at them, trying to get them to hear me, hear us. It's like they're not gonna. Some people will hear it, some people won't. And you're right about this. All of a sudden, people are coming out and trying to say that they believe in Black Lives Matter. They're just using it to sell some soap or whatever they're trying to sell, and it's ridiculous. I watched this reality show and Big Brother, and they brought up. Now they have 4 Black people on that show. They have never had 4 Black people together on that show, on a reality. 1 Black guy or maybe 1 gay person. They never have more than 1 gay person. Now they have a Black gay person and a Black guy on the stage and 2 Black women. I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all just doing this because of what's happening now, not because you believe that they should be on this show.
Performance.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
so when I see these corporate statements coming out, because like
Mm-hmm.
back in 2016, corporations that were making statements, Nike was making statements, and Nike has been fulfilling their commitment. Man, I support Nike. I support the NBA. They are out here making real stances. They are out here making real change or trying to get people's attention and saying,
Right.
hey, this is a problem. We need to talk about it. We need to do something about this issue because it's happening. It's real. It's not imaginary. It's in our heads. It's not just affecting Black people. It is affecting all of us, because if you want your Black athletes to perform at their highest capability, then you need them to not think about the fact that they might get pulled over and get murdered. That's
right. Oh my God, exactly. The other day I was going. I'm sorry.
Or Black entertainers or anyone else.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. The other day I was on Facebook and I was cleaning house because I didn't realize that some of the people that were still friends were Trump supporters, and they were only friends because they were colleagues from Community. I worked in that show for 6 seasons. So some of the people I had still been in touch with, and this one particular man, I'm not gonna say his name, but he knows who he is. He was Chevy Chase's body double.
Mm.
He and his wife keep sending me private messages dogging out Black Lives Matter and Democrats. And I'm like, wait a minute, are you seriously sending me this kind of stuff? So I said, don't send me on. We love you, Briscoe. I said, no, you don't. I said, if you loved me, you would not be voting for him or pushing your agenda on me as a gay black man. He doesn't like anything that I stand for. Everything I stand for, he wants me, not even this, he wants me dead. I mean, seriously, he could care less. If another queer black man, same with you, exactly. He wants us out of here.
Black, he don't like female, he don't like
female. He would definitely go for black females first before he would black males, because he's something is off with him with black females. I don't know what this is about, but the man is off. So I told those guys, I said, look, just don't contact me anymore. I'm not even sorry that I sent this long message. It was long, and let them know. I didn't cuss them out. I didn't scream at them. I just let them know how I felt, and I can't be involved with you anymore. Please don't contact me anymore. You better yet block, delete, whatever. And I was done, because it was hurting my heart to have, like, I felt I was betraying my own people by even having them comment, on any of my stuff. And so I had to do that. It was easier than I thought. It was a lot easier. But yeah, these people can't stand in our shoes, and if they did, they still wouldn't get it. They want to look like us and be like us on the physical, but they get their lips done, the tan, whatever. But I love, I have a lot of people that are other than Black. Obviously, I have a lot of friends. I am, half Puerto Rican and Black, but I am a Black man. You look at my face, you see a Black man. I also, but I'm Afro-Latino. People don't understand that either. It's like, thought you said you were Black. I am Black. I never said I wasn't Black. I said I was also Latino. You can be both. They don't get this. So I'm like, I don't even have to explain it.
It's some folks are simply just not educated.
You're right. You're right. But I want to get into something a little lighter, because I want people to just let me ask you, Angelica, because I don't really know.
You started with the you are.
I did. I wanted to get it. I wanted to get that out there just in case, like, something happened, like this dog is barking crazy next door. I wanted to get that in, because I wanted to make sure that we covered that, and find out that you recovered from COVID it's great news. So I'm glad we got that. But I went, oh, how cute!
Oh, she's laying down.
She's adorable. I love animals. So where are you from originally?
I am born and raised here in Los Angeles.
Okay, that's rare to me.
Actually, it is. My family is really funny. We are 4 generations Los Angeles. We've been here for a long time, literally like 100 years already. For real. We've been here for a minute, and I was born in Cedars-Sinai in Beverly Hills with all.
Oh my God, that's my hospital.
Yeah, so like our family, and this is, I'm talking both sides, my mother and my father's side of the family, they both have Southern roots, but my grandparents' parents, they're all Los Angeles, and they're all West Siders.
Okay.
They're all West LA. Both my parents grew up in South Central. My
Nice.
grew up on the hood rich side, and my mama grew up on the po side.
Right.
But they're both from South Central. They're and they moved out to the San Fernando Valley as soon as they could. I was raised in the San Fernando Valley in a very Jewish, very Republican neighborhood, which I didn't realize how Republican it was. In the 80s and 90s growing up. I didn't really realize just how Republican it was. But it was very Jewish. It was so Jewish to the fact that, like, literally when I was in middle school, I had gone to so many bar and bat mitzvahs that I could literally speak Hebrew. Not kidding. Like, no joke. Like, literally speaking.
That's so funny you said it, because I have a bunch of pictures of me when I was from the age of 13 until 16. We lived in Maryland for a little while. We lived in Maryland for 5 years, and I went to. Oh my God, you're kidding! We lived in Randallstown. Oh my God! And we went to so many bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs. I was just like the disco king at all of them with my big afro. So we had that in common.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yep. And I love my DMV. As soon as I left the Valley, I went to the DMV.
Yes, I love my parents. All my family live there now. Anybody from New York? We were originally from New York. We moved from around the country. We moved to Maryland, Indiana, and then here. And I went back to New York. My father and my mom retired. They moved to the Bay Area. I mean, they moved back from the Bay Area to DMV. They live there right now in Maryland, in Reicherstown. And my sister has her practice. She's a psychiatrist. She has her practice there. And my aunts and all that, they all moved to Maryland. My cousin lives in Silver Springs. So it's like they're all in Maryland.
As soon as I can, this is no joke. As soon as I have me some real money to have multiple properties. One of my houses will absolutely be in PG County.
Yes. Oh my God, I love it. It's great, and I love going home for the holidays and taking. I took my cat a couple of years. Long story, y'all. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't take your cat on a trip.
No, why? Wait, what happened?
Whoa! They made me take my cat out of the carrier to check the carrier for bombs and stuff. The fake. And I'm like, look, why would I put up? Oh, yeah, sir. So they make a long story short, my cat got out of the carrier. He ran through the airport. I had to grab my cat. He tore me up because I hit him in the head. He ripped my cat, crawled from the bottom of my leg all the way up my body, trying to escape. I got him back in. I had him in my hand while he's chomping, and I asked the TSA assistant. I said, "Can you hand me his carrier?" Which carrier? The empty one. Because I was screaming.
The one with that damn animal in it.
I threw the cat inside the bag. I'm bleeding everywhere, and I let them know. I'm like, yo, just so you know, I'm HIV positive. Oh, they shut down the air. Shut it down. I was locked in like a metal box, basically, and they spraying me with Lysol and stuff. It was Angelica. I was like, if you spray me one more time, I'm gonna kick somebody in the eye. It was horrible.
Oh my God.
You're trying to spray. I said, you can't spray the HIV. It's not like that. Y'all stupid.